Welcome everybody to today's video lesson. This is Argenis with Ambition Digital Social Media Consultants. And in today's video lesson, we're going to be going over what is known as the VRIN score, okay? So the VRIN score is something that we highly use here at Ambition before we launch any content or, spend our ad spend money on an ad. And essentially, it is a grading system for all your content, so you guys know whether or not it's going to perform well before you actually launch. All right, so we're going to go over what VRIN stands for. Now, VRIN, you actually want to master the VRIN score principle, the VRIN score system. You want to master it so you become an expert and create high VRIN content, okay? Now, keep in mind, each of the letters in VRIN has a grading system of 1 to 10. So you can grade the V from a 1 all the way up to a 10. Okay, so now, what does VRIN stand for? VRIN, V stands for value. Okay, the value of your content. R stands for rare. How rare is your content? Okay, rarity. I, inimitable. Okay, how hard is it for somebody to replicate your content? Okay, that's what inimitable means. N, non-substitutable. So non-substitutable means, your product or service cannot be found anywhere else but you. There's no substitute for it, so the customer, the target audience has to buy it or get it from you. And you have to master the VRIN score grading system so that way you guys, know how well your content is going to do, whether you got to make some tweaks on images, maybe the copy that you wrote, so on and so forth, okay? Now, V, value. So, V for value. You want to figure out the value of the business you're creating content for, whether it's your business or you're creating content for somebody else, for another business or a person or whatever, okay? So you really want to capture the value in your content, in your video, in your marketing that you guys are doing. So when somebody is scrolling through the news feed or, maybe they're online and that your ad pops up, they instantly see the value that they would get from getting your service or your product. It's going to catch the attention of your audience and want them to buy now. Okay, so we're going to use an example for a restaurant. Okay, so let's say this is a really luxurious restaurant. We all have those restaurants. Me and my wife Gabby, we have a few restaurants that we love to go to and we perceive high in value. Okay, the prices might be a little pricey, but we don't think about that because all we think about is the value that this restaurant really gives us. The value in the quality of the food, the value in the ambience that we're going to feel while we're there, how well the waiters, are to the customer, how they're always checking in on us, how they make us feel welcomed, and the food is just so delicious and it's worth the money. We know the value of that place, so we keep going back and we're a lifetime customer, which is a few $1,000s, $100 from us per year if you get a customer to really see the value of you. Okay guys, so for example, if you're a restaurant owner, okay, you're marketing for a restaurant, you really want to capture the value of this restaurant, so you can ask the owner or maybe do a little poll with the customers in there, and ask, hey, what do your customers really value about your restaurant? Or, hey, what do you guys really value about this restaurant that you're eating in? Okay, and let's say, the answer that you get back is, well, people really value our organic recipes here. They love them and they just come in asking for them. Same thing for the client eating there. They could say, hey, I really value the meals here, just how fresh they are, how good, they're really worth the price. So that would be the value. The food you guys are creating in that restaurant, the food that's being created there, the recipe, however it's being done, that's, the perceived value of that business. So you want to create content, around this. All right. So, as an example, you guys can make a video content, of the chef in the kitchen, making the recipe. So from beginning till it's at the table. So you can create some video content, have your videographer get you this content or whatever if you guys want to do it yourselves. Photos work good too, but I highly recommend video. So you can do, from beginning, the chef going out there, purchasing the vegetables, cutting them up, washing them, using all the fancy equipment, every single tool that they use to make your meal, then the whole process of them cooking it, on the fire, on the stove, and just how excited that chef is creating his, work of art for you. And down to how the chef is actually plating it and then, being served to the customer at the table. So you can actually create of something like this, okay, where, people know what goes into creating that valuable organic recipe. Okay, so you want to put that out in your audience's eyes so they really, want to come in through the door and, get your services from them. Okay, so that is a value. You really want to provide the value in your content marketing. R, rare. How rare is your content? Okay, guys, think about that. How rare is it? So let's say, you guys, I know everybody, all of y'all, when you go out and eat, at a typical restaurant, fast food chain, you see everybody snapping pictures of their meal. Something like that is not rare because everybody does that, okay? People snapping pictures of what they eat, eating a pizza, eating out at Chili's or, whatever, and then posting it. That's not rare because everybody does that nowadays, and it's pretty normal. So you want to stand out. You really want to show why your business stands out, why it's rare, why it's different from the rest. So, let's say you're a dentist. You're creating, your marketing team can create this for you, okay? So something that would be rare would be a behind the scenes testimonial of a client, expressing how your services really changed their life, and you and talking about a little about yourself. Maybe some video shoots of behind the scenes, you're using your equipment and whatever you're doing for the procedure. We don't really get to see some of that in your typical ads and, for dentists, doctors, and, all that kind of profession. So if you guys have to show a little bit of what you do behind the scenes, that would be considered rare, something that is not normally perceived in your client's eyes, okay? So let's say you're a dentist and you want to create content, okay, for an ad that, you're trying to attract more customers into your office, get more patients. Something you could do is get a testimonial from somebody that you performed, a major procedure on their teeth, okay? So you can get a testimonial of a person, speaking about how you changed their life. So let's say I'm the customer that you performed the procedure on. So it could be something like a testimonial such as this. Okay, Dr. So-and-so, really changed my life with his services. From the moment that I walked in his door, I knew that I had made the right decision. Because all my life I have been picked on and just my confidence has been low. I've never been happy, in life because my teeth are just so messed up that's what everybody focuses on. As soon as I go anywhere, at my job, all throughout school, it was just bullying after bullying, and I finally had to do something about it. Dr. So-and-so really performed, his procedure, and guys, ever since then, my life has changed dramatically. I'm more happy, I'm more confident, I'm happier with my family, I'm doing a lot better with my job, and I feel like I can go out and take on the whole world. So thank you, Dr. So-and-so. Okay, guys, so that could be just a little example of what somebody can say. And then as the dentist, you can come in, behind that saying, I'm Dr. So-and-so here at, Star Smiles or whatever. We have been performing this type of procedures for over 20 years. If you guys are ready for a major life change and, you're ready to have a boost in your confidence, come in or visit our easy website to book an appointment consultation with us, and we'll see you here. Something along those lines. And again, maybe showing a little video of you performing a behind the scenes procedure with all your tools that we don't normally get to see you use. So this would be a rare content ad, or post. So that's something that we typically would not see. Now, inimitable. How hard would it be for a competitor to make the same post? Okay, you want to really stand out. High imitability means it's hard to replicate your content. Think about that. You really want to make your content hard for somebody to just, steal it and do it for themselves. Any other company, okay? So every business has one inimitable, unique thing about it. Think about it, okay? Think about storytelling. Storytelling really captures the attention of your audience that you're marketing to. So something that would be hard to replicate, let's say for a Chinese restaurant, okay? You're a Chinese owner, you have this nice dish that has been passed down generations, since, ancient times or whatever, through your whole family line. And now you have this restaurant and people still come and, it's the number one dish that they order. Something inimitable that you guys can do for your content is talk a little bit about the background history of how this dish came to be. Okay, how it was passed down generations, how your grandma, your grandfather, used this dish to get through tough times. Maybe through war. They used this little dish to build up a business through struggling times, and they came to the U.S., built up their business here with it. And now you have this amazing Chinese restaurant cuisine place that everybody desires to come to. Now that would be something that's inimitable. Only you have that thing, so it would be hard for somebody else to replicate. Okay, so think about what inimitable things your guys' business has and use it for your content. N, non-substitutable. So this means how can your content let the customer know that they can't get the product or service from anywhere else but from you? Okay, so you really want to present your products and services as something that's not out there and only you offer it. Okay, so let's say you're a landscaping company and maybe you do something different or you perform a service that other landscapers in the whole area do not do. Now you really want to show out there in your content, hey, you won't be able to get this from anybody else except from me. Okay, so for example, a makeup brand, a makeup line, an organic makeup line. Okay, let's say that you're really getting lots of data, lots of testimonials of women talking about how your product, your makeup is changing their lives, how it's cleaning up their skin, cleaning up their acne, their confidence is being boosted up, they're more happy, they just love how it's 100% natural makeup, and you're just gathering this data. Okay, you could gather graphs, and you could use all this for your content and make video testimonials of your clients talking about how it's changed their life, but throwing in something like studies show that 90% of women using our makeup brand see their skin improve in all aspects after using our makeup line. Okay, so that's going to let women know, hey, you won't be able to get these type of results from other makeup brands, and you have to buy ours. Okay, so it has to be non-substitutable. They can't get it from anywhere or from anyone else but you. All right, so that is the VRIN score. So before you post, you want to get all your information together. So really look at your content, your ad, before you post it. Take a look at it, a good look at it, and you're gonna grade it. You're gonna grade it the value, the rarity. Okay, you're gonna grade the inimitability. And all right, guys. So you are going to give each letter a score accordingly and average them. All right. So you're really looking at your content, and let's say you give your value a 4, you give your rarity a 2, your inimitability a 6, and your non-substitutable category a 4. So this would equal 16. Okay, now you take 16 and you divide it by 4, which is the number of letters in the VRIN score, 4. Okay, so you divide 16 by 4 and you're going to get 4. Now this is your final VRIN score. So the VRIN score for your content is a 4. As a general rule of thumb, I would not post anything below a 5. Preferably want to post things above a 7. That way you know that it's going to perform very well and that you input as many things in your content for it to perform well. Okay, so if you have anything below a 5 like this board, you would want to go back to your content and maybe you got to tweak some stuff. Maybe you write your copy a little different, maybe use different images, talk about something else, and you can actually create content for each of these letters. So create a content with just value, create a content with just I as the main, aspect of it, but still grade according to each letter. Okay, so a great way to describe this is think about a song you guys love. Okay, we all have that one song that we jam out to, and we love every single part of that song, that we're just dancing and screaming the whole time. Okay, having a good time. So a song like that, you really love it all because it's scoring very well on every part. The hook is scoring really high. The main body of the song is scoring really, really high. The ending, the middle, so on and so forth. Every aspect of it has a high score, so you really love the whole song in general. Okay, same thing goes for your content. All right, same thing goes for your content, guys. You want to make sure that every single part of it scores high. Okay, so for example, if you have a song that you only like the main chorus, but you don't really care for the whole body of the song, that's because the hook, the chorus, has a high score, but everything else has a low score. So you don't want that with your marketing. You want to make sure that it's like a great song, that every aspect of it scores high. Okay, guys, so apply the VRIN score principle to your content, and you guys will see tremendous results. All right, guys, so apply this for all your marketing and you will do an amazing job, guys. See you in the next video.